Welcome to the final day, and welcome to the first match of the day. Your competitors are Team WE. And your other competitors, Season 1 champions, Team FNATIC Raid Call. I'm Eric Bra, voice of Jackson Draven. So, who wants a piece of the champ? And welcome to the League of Draven. They probably need no introduction, but your shoutcasters for this match. The one, the only man, myth, legend, Freak, tons of damage. And another legend in his shoutcasting. He's going to be a legend. We already know this. Red Baron, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! I leave it to you.
I'm just so amped right now. I mean, everyone here, this is going to be really exciting.
Someone said
versus
me too.
FNATIC Raid Call. Yeah, there you go. See, that's the thing. And I get to cast, like he said, with the legendary tons of damage, David Freak Turley. I want to see like 7 Triforces this game. That would
on
just
each
be
champion.
Oh,
So I'm telling you now, I'm going to break the game, give everyone another 40,000 gold, give them an extra item slot, and then we can all be happy.
And then there will be world peace.
There will
finally.
be world peace.
That's the key to all this Middle East strife and whatnot. It's Triforces for more champions.
You're right.
But guys, this morning, thanks for joining us. This is IPL 5. We have Team WE versus FNATIC Raid Call. And oh my God, both of these teams throughout this tournament, FNATIC Raid Call, one of the major storylines, they weren't even in the tournament a week before it, which is just insane to me. Like, you know, we're going over possible replacements for alternate, and it's like, all right, well, FNATIC, they were the number 2 in that qualifier. They get that spot, but I don't know if they're going to be able to come in time. We'll have to see, go down the list, who we can get there. Once again, guys, we have the voting app going on. So IGN.com, you can vote there. But also, if you have an iPhone or any iOS device, you can get the app. You can watch all the games. It has DVR and stuff like that. Vote. And today is the last day across all games. You can win an Origin PC, which is a really big, cool deal. So I'm really excited about that.
And it's going to be great. You can actually see down at the bottom the percentages, the votes you guys are putting in, who you think is going to win. FNATIC right now, they were winning 55 to 47 or 55 to 45, then immediately dropped 2%. So apparently by announcing it, all the Chinese fans are like, nope, W's going to take it. The funny thing is, though, this is a repeat of the very first game of the tournament. It wasn't even on, it was on IPL Stream 2, and they ran, FNATIC ran mid Jarvan, they ran double bruiser, and they started out kind of equal, and then they got dunked on really hard, and I don't know if they threw it or I didn't watch the game very closely, unfortunately. I was watching the game up on the main stage. But WE took that very first game. So this is a repeat of the very, very first game of the tournament.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if kind of FNATIC can vindicate themselves and bring it back.
Well, and it's very interesting, some of the things that we saw in that game, because at the time, Wei Zhao, he blew Reckless out of the water. And part of it was they were running Nunu bot lane, and so it was being Nunu, which is generally a really strong lane, but at level 1, Corky Wei Zhao, he just sat on the enemy range minions and completely zoned him out of lane. So that's going to be an interesting matchup in this one, I think, in particular. We've seen Reckless be very strong so far this tournament. Against CLGNA, he pulled out Ezreal and was just incredible. He also has been pulling out Kog'Maw as well, but one of the concerns with Kog'Maw or Vayne is that you are potentially susceptible to maybe being shut down either in team fights or in lane. Ezreal, on the other hand, we saw in the CLGNA games, his positioning was absolutely perfect. And that's one of the strengths of Ezreal. You have the passive for the attack speed, but also you have essentially another steroid in the fact that you're unkillable. Like you shouldn't die as Ezreal. And so he was getting out very high consistent damage. And that being said, I'm kind of curious whether or not World Elite might even ban Ezreal, which is not something we've seen for a while, just to get rid of that safe AD carry for Reckless and force him into something that maybe they think they can shut down.
Exactly. We've seen him really on 2 core champions. It's that Ezreal and that Vayne. And basically, I'm just kind of going to agree with you in like 30 words, which is that he's done really amazing on both these. Of course, you're really going to count, aren't you? No, do it. This will be great. I will not pay attention to you because it'll throw me off. So he's done really, really well on both these champions. The problem is, of course, that Vayne is short range. And outside of laning phase and getting shut down, you have a very scary situation in team fights, and if they run good bruisers, he could get killed. What are we up to?
I think it was like 34.
I was close.
It was very close.
All right.
We'll just say it was 30 because I lost count at the end there. But it's definitely going to be cool. I mean, both of these teams are on top of their games, and it's the fact that there's not just one player. And we've talked a lot about Wei Xiao and Reckless so far this tournament, but the entire team for both of them have like just incredibly stepped up. Cal May versus CLGEU, being able to backdoor the turrets, and I only was able to stop in at the end of that match, but I saw at the very end he had Thornmail and he 1v4'd the enemy team in taking down Gogma, which is that's insane. Like that's absolutely perfect. So we need to see that Rengar ban, and actually in champs like that is one of the early ones, but